It was supposed to be the happiest day of his life. White roses, string quartet, a bride who believed every word he'd ever said. But before the vows were even spoken, a gunshot would echo through that quiet Georgia chapel, and a woman from his past would bleed out on the stone steps while wedding guests screamed into their phones. One pull of the trigger, one secret he couldn't let walk through those church doors, and in 15 seconds everything beautiful became a crime scene. This is the story of Ethan Cole, a man who thought he could bury his past under a new life and a perfect smile. But the past doesn't stay buried. Not when it has a name, not when it has a heartbeat, and especially not when it shows up uninvited to your wedding, desperate to be seen one last time. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're new here, click on the subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Ethan Cole was 32 when he got engaged to Isabella Grant, an elementary school teacher he met at a charity fundraiser in Atlanta. She was kind, soft-spoken, the type who believed in second chances. Ethan was a real estate agent, charming, ambitious. They got engaged after 10 months, and the wedding was set for May at a small church outside Savannah. But there was something Ethan never told Isabella, a love he'd tried to erase. Her name was Raina Parker. For 2 years, she had been everything to him. They met in college at a house party. Raina was magnetic, confident, and transgender, something she'd been open about since her early 20s. Ethan was drawn to her immediately, but he was also terrified. Terrified of what people would think. So he loved her in secret. Late-night phone calls, weekends at her apartment, promises in the dark. But in public he kept his distance. Never posted photos. Never called her his girlfriend in front of anyone who mattered. Raina stayed because she loved him, because he told her one day he'd be ready. But that day never came. 2 years in, Ethan ended it with a text. Raina was devastated. She tried to move on, but the wound never healed. Then one evening, scrolling through Instagram, she saw it. Ethan down on one knee with a diamond ring. A beautiful woman crying happy tears. The caption read, "She said yes, I'm the luckiest man alive." Raina stared at that photo for hours. The man who told her he wasn't ready was now ready, public, proud, just not with her. As the wedding date approached, something inside her shifted. She didn't want revenge. She just wanted him to see her, to acknowledge she had mattered. So on May 14th, she drove 3 hours to that church in Savannah. Guests arrived around 3 in the afternoon. Isabella was in the bridal suite, radiant and calm. Ethan was with his groomsmen, sipping bourbon, but there was tension in his shoulders. His best friend Marcus asked if he was okay. Ethan just said, "Let's just get through today." At 3:45, a silver sedan pulled into the lot. Raina stepped out, tired but determined. She walked to the church entrance, her heart pounding. Whispers started. "Who is that?" She walked right up to the doors and stepped inside. The energy shifted, heads turned, and then Ethan saw her. Their eyes met. Everything he'd tried to bury came rushing back. He went pale. His hands shook. Marcus whispered, "Who is that?" Ethan didn't answer. Raina stood there taking it all in, the flowers, the candles, the life he'd built without her. Then quietly, she turned and walked back outside. She didn't make a scene, she just left. But Ethan knew she wasn't going far. He told Marcus to stall, to tell Isabella he needed a minute. Then he walked out, his heart hammering, knowing the next conversation would decide everything. Raina was by the side of the building, lighting a cigarette with trembling hands. She heard footsteps and knew it was him. "What are you doing here, Raina?" His voice was tight. "I just wanted to see you." "That's it." He stepped closer, voice rising. "You can't just show up like this. This is my wedding." She turned to face him, eyes red. "I know. I just needed you to know that I existed, that what we had was real." He glanced back toward the church. "This isn't fair. Not today." She laughed bitterly. Fair? You told me you weren't ready, and now you're marrying someone you've known less than a year. What was I, Ethan? Practice? It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? Her voice broke. I loved you. I would have done anything for you. And you threw me away like I was nothing. His face twisted. You don't understand. My family, people wouldn't have understood. You mean they wouldn't have understood you being with me? Say it. He didn't. She dropped her cigarette and crushed it. I just wanted to look you in the eye and know that I mattered. Even a little. You did. But this is my life now. You have to let me go. She nodded. Okay, I'll go. But she's going to find out. One day someone's going to tell her, and she's going to realize you're not the man she thinks you are. His face went cold. That's not going to happen. Raina turned to leave, and that's when he grabbed her arm. Don't walk away from me like this. She yanked free. Let go of me. His grip tightened. You're not going to ruin this. I won't let you. Her eyes widened. Ethan, you're hurting me, a voice shouted from behind. Hey, what's going on? Ethan let go. Raina stumbled back, and in that moment of panic, something snapped. Ethan had a gun in his car, a 9mm he kept for protection from late-night real estate showings. During the argument, he went back to his car. Raina stayed by the wall, trying to breathe. Guests gathered near the entrance, confused. And then Ethan came back. He didn't say anything. He just walked toward her, hand behind his back. Raina froze. Ethan, what are you doing? His face was blank, empty. She stepped back. Ethan, please. He raised the gun. Someone screamed. Raina put her hands up, tears streaming. Please don't. Please. One shot. The sound cracked through the air. Raina's body jerked back, hands clutching her chest. She looked down at the blood spreading, eyes wide with disbelief. Then she collapsed. The white stones beneath her turned red. Guests erupted into chaos. Someone tackled Ethan. The gun skittered across the pavement. Isabella ran out, veil trailing, face twisted in horror. She saw Raina, saw the blood, saw Ethan being held down, and she screamed. Someone called 911. Someone started CPR, but it was too late. By the time the ambulance arrived, Raina was gone. Detective Maya Santos arrived 20 minutes later. Ethan had been taken into custody. He didn't resist, didn't say a word. Santos interviewed over 30 people. Witnesses confirmed the argument that Raina tried to leave, that Ethan went to his car and came back with the gun. Multiple people heard what Raina said before she died. Please don't. Please. Those aren't the words of someone attacking. Santos found texts between Ethan and Marcus from 2 days before the wedding. What if she shows up? Ethan replied, she won't. And if she does, I'll handle it. Marcus admitted he'd known about Raina, that Ethan was worried she'd contact Isabella. Those texts showed premeditation. The most painful interview was with Isabella, still in her wedding dress. Did you know about Raina? Santos asked. Isabella nodded. I found messages weeks ago. He said she was obsessed with him, that he'd blocked her. Did you believe him? I wanted to. Did he mention being afraid of her? Isabella hesitated. He told me if she showed up, I should ignore her, that she wasn't worth acknowledging. That admission was damning. It meant Ethan knew Raina might come, and instead of being honest, he chose violence. The trial took 8 months. The defense painted Raina as unstable, but the prosecution had witnesses, texts, and Raina's best friend Simone, who said she just wanted him to see her as human, to admit she existed, that's all. The jury deliberated 2 days. Guilty, first-degree murder. Ethan showed no reaction. Isabella broke down. The judge sentenced him to 25 years. Before he was taken away, the judge said, "You didn't pull that trigger because you were afraid. You pulled it because you were ashamed. And that shame cost an innocent woman her life." Detective Santos never forgot the case. In an interview, she said, "It wasn't about drugs or money. It was about fear. Fear of being judged and that fear turned deadly. Raina's memorial drew over 200 people. Her mother said, "My daughter spent her whole life fighting to be seen, and the one person she trusted most made her invisible." Isabella left Georgia, started over. She said, "I think about her every day, about what I didn't see, what I didn't ask." So here's the question. Could this have been prevented? Raina didn't die because she showed up to a wedding. She died because a man valued his image more than her life. What do you think? Was this murder or fear that became uncontrollable? How would you feel if someone you loved hid an entire part of their life? And if you were Raina, would you have gone? Let us know in the comments. If this story moved you, hit the like button and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.